Hello YouTube, this is Prometea, you're watching Tyrannosaurus Girl, and today I'm answering the question, what do you think about the notion of passing? Now, before I get into the answer, I wanted to share two things with you. The first one is that in this last couple of weeks, the channels have been experiencing some growth. We have reached 116 subscribers between the two, so I'm really grateful to all of you who are subscribed. And I want to ask you a favor. If you have someone in your life that you think could be benefited from watching these videos, or if you feel that your life can be improved if some people around you watch these videos, please help me by sharing this video, help me reach more people. And the second thing I wanted to share with you is an invitation. In 2 weeks, between the 16th and the 18th of September, here in Uppsala, we are going to be having our Welcome Out Festival, which is going to be our Pride Festival, with lots of activities for grown-ups and children, with free entry to all of them. Now, I realize that the biggest part of my audience in this channel is in the US, but maybe you are one of the few that happens to be closer, or maybe you have the option of traveling. But anyway, I want to invite all of you to join us between the 16th and the 18th of this month. And if you cannot come, at least help us by spreading the word. There is a link in the description to the event on Facebook, as well as the festival's website. Now, getting to the question itself, this question actually didn't come directly to me. It was asked in a Facebook group that I participate in, but I felt that it needed a better answer than just what I would be able to type in a few minutes in a Facebook comment, and also because I have a really hard time putting my ideas and my feelings in writing. That is partly why I do YouTube videos instead of a blog. About passing then, I have some problems with that notion, or with an obsession about that, and I realized that for a lot of us, passing has to do with safety. And I respect that. That is not what I'm going to be talking about. I really accept and respect that because I was there not too long ago. So I know what it's like. I have the privilege now of being in a place where the negative consequences of not passing are not dangerous but just annoying. But still, we don't have to accept this fact that we are in danger if we don't pass as something normal or something natural. That is something that we have to work to change. It takes time and it's not going to be easy, but we have to do it. Leaving the issue of safety aside, part of the reason why I'm against this is that it seems to extend this idea that being transgender is wrong. And then I'm also against it, because some people seem to have an unhealthy obsession about it, and the focus that they place on certain things that are simply wrong. I'm only going to be talking about the face here, because it seems to be what more people are concerned about, and also because it's easier to do something about the differences in the body. And even then, there are so many deviations from the average that it's easier to get away with that. So, talking strictly about the face, there aren't that many differences between males and females, and I'm using those terms in the biological meaning, talking about sex, not about gender. And this is something that I keep saying, and I will keep repeating it, because it's true, and it's not just me, it's people that dedicate their life to study human anatomy that say it. There aren't many differences in the face between males and females of the human race. The biggest difference is in the lower part of the face, and it's mostly facial hair, and that is something that can be fixed quite easily. You can fix it temporarily by using makeup, like I taught a couple of weeks ago, or it can be fixed permanently with laser or electrolysis hair removal. And the other difference is the skin, that it has a different quality, but that also changes once you go on hormones. Now I'm talking about all of this from the perspective of trans women, but of course most of it applies as well to transgender men. And in fact, trans men, once you go on testosterone, but for us trans women, we just need to give hormones some time before we rush into getting facial feminization surgery. Any other differences are not biological. Cisgender women pluck the shit out of their eyebrows too. Ironically, more and more are using makeup techniques invented by drag queens to look more like women, to highlight their cheekbones, refine their noses, reduce their jawlines, in order to look like what exactly? We have to be aware of that cisgender women are subject to the same pressures. And some of you may say, oh, but I do my makeup and I still don't pass. Well, we have to understand how clocking someone works. Usually there are certain cues that may indicate something odd to people, and then they may start looking for other signs, and then they may clock you. And we have to understand that also many of these times that these people clock trans people, they are wrong. It's simply confirmation bias. They go back home being sure that they identify a trans person in the street when they didn't. But these other differences, these other cues, other than the ones that I mentioned, are not biological. Cisgender women pluck and fill the shit out of their eyebrows too. And then of course there's makeup, which you have to learn how to do. Because if you put on makeup and you still don't pass, chances are you are doing it really, really bad. And you're going to say, oh, but I don't see cis women looking like that. Yes, you do. The thing is that they're usually 10 years old, because they are usually taught from a young age how to do their makeup in a way that is flattering to their face. So you will also learn that, but it's going to take time to get there. And if you don't believe me that these other differences are not real, and you want to do your own little unscientific research, just go to Google and do a search for women without makeup, or better yet, celebrities without makeup, and you will find a lot of articles with titles such as 27 shocking pictures of celebrities without makeup, because apparently it's shocking that Uma Thurman looks like a human being. And you will see what I'm talking about. They don't look as gorgeous without their makeup on. They look more like you. And those differences get even smaller and smaller as we age, because hormones change. Now, the reason I have such strong feelings about this are that many people are obsessed about this notion beyond a healthy degree, and some of them project this onto other people, and we all have enough with our own dysphoria to have other people add to it. I have seen people have so much of this obsession projected onto them that they ended up being pushed into getting surgery that they didn't really need, and of course they weren't happy afterwards. There is a certain subreddit that I prefer not to name, where people only talk about this, and people post their pictures and other trans people give them feedback about whether they pass or not, and that's a complete cesspool. The things that I've seen there are terrible. Like, I've seen a young lady that completely passed. She even looked a bit like Hilary Swank, and some of these people destroyed her there in the comments, saying, oh, you should do something about your nose and about your jawline and your eyebrow bones. They basically said that she had to get a lot of surgery in order to pass, when she didn't. And this is wrong on so many levels. So of course we all have our dysphoria, but let's try and be sensible about what we do to deal with it and how it affects us women as a whole. If you are transgender and you are just beginning your transition or you are about to start it, don't rush, as some people do, into surgery. Don't get facial feminization surgeries before even being on HRT, as some people do. Wait until you are on hormones. Give them some time to act. Give them a couple of years. Get rid of your facial hair. Those are the first things. And also learn how to do your makeup. Or don't do your makeup, especially after you have gotten rid of your facial hair and you've been on hormones for a while, because many cisgender women don't wear makeup either. Don't ask other trans people if you pass. Please don't obsess about that. Only change what you and you only feel that needs to be changed. And if you are trans and somebody else asks you if they pass or not, don't answer. You are not helping. You have your things that worry you about yourself. Don't project your own insecurities into others, please. So, well, I hope that has moved some gears in your head and that this has contributed anything. So I want to hear what you all think about this, whether you're trans or cis. Please leave me your comments here in the video and the questions that you want me to answer in future videos. So if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, share it around, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And well, see you again next week. Bye bye!